Hi, I want to talk to you a little bit more about your assignment and your online discussion for week 3. During this week, you're going to be gathering some information using the observation template. Um, you're going to use it at your practice area to observe other people as they are working, looking at the elements we talked about of gathering, generating, disseminating, and processing information. I want you to also, after you do that, when you get ready to do your post, I want you to think about the four components or elements of the model. I've written a short recap of each one of those with nursing science, which is the ethical application of our knowledge that we acquire through our education, research, and practice. It helps us to come up with our interventions that so that we can enhance the health of our patients, and helps us to do all the things to acquire, process, generate, and disseminate nursing knowledge. Information science has to do with the interchange or the flow of that information, and it's the application of tools, different tools that we use, different programs, different care plans, different protocols. Computer science, of course, is the computers we chart on, the information we chart through, things like Epic or different kinds of hardware and software. Now, cognitive science deals about how our mind functions. That will be the hardest one to really observe unless you do some time, maybe even talking to the people that you're working with, because it's how they think, understand, remember, and synthesize. Now, this becomes important as you become a faculty or if you teach in any other situation, if you're the nurse educator on the floor or in a clinic. Help knowing how the people that work with you, how they think and understand and remember and synthesize information, helps you to know how you want to develop education for them. The first approach to this we're going to use is for you to observe people who are working and how they're using that knowledge. So in your initial post, you're going to evaluate your observations with your colleagues and their daily work when they're gathering, processing, generating, and disseminating information. I want you to see if you can look at the influence of those four elements. Can you see what's going on with them? Can you tell when they're doing one or the other? You may even want to talk to them about what parts of that are hard or easier for them. Um, and which ones seemed harder for them if you could observe? Was it harder for them to do the assessment? Did they have a harder time putting the information together, so processing it and developing it into their own knowledge? And how did they do with disseminating? We know that a lot of the errors that happen in healthcare happen at the point of transfer, when we're giving report, when we're transferring to a different floor. So it's really important that we learn how we disseminate information and how to make that better. And then what can we do, as educators can we do to help students in the areas of this model and knowledge acquisition that seem more difficult? So as you're watching those who are practicing, hopefully I'm hoping that you have a wide array of experienced and less experienced nurses, because it should be different in which one of those are the easiest or hardest for them. Now then I want you to read your peers' posts, of course, and respond to at least two. And you don't have to use references for your responses, but you do for your initial post. How did their observations differ from yours? Um, did they see different learning strategies to help students? You know, we all have different ideas because we all learn different ourselves, and we're all different educators. So what we all come up with different kinds of ways to help our students learn. And did the area they practice in affect the process? So if you are practicing in an ICU, so a very critical care area, or on an office, or do they think or you think that that made a difference in how people were processing information and how they're disseminating it? Um, and then I'm really interested to see what you all come up with, and we'll be talking with you in your discussion.